What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Justin Colby, and on this video we are going to be talking about your business setup. Should you be an LLC? Should you be an S corporation? What does it all mean? How does it protect you? And how do you save money in taxes? Check it out. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Justin Colby, and on this channel we talk all things business, real estate, and entrepreneurship. Today we are going to review how to set up your business structure, and I do it primarily for tax reasons as well as protection, but I want to save more money on taxes, so let's get going. I get asked this almost more than anything else is, do I need a website? Do I need business cards? Do I need an LLC? What structure should I be running my business in? So I just want to address all of these right here for you today. First and foremost, when it comes to your entity name, most people overthink this. People start to worry about, oh, you know, what should my name be? And they put too much thought into it. They get too creative. And the reality is this: as a real estate investor, 99.9% of us, including myself, are going to remain a mom and pop shop. Even if you are doing 20 plus wholesale deals a month like I am, you're still relatively a mom and pop small little business relative to the big boys like Zillow and OfferPad and Opendoor, and you can even talk about Blackstone and Invitation Homes and all these other multi-billion-dollar companies. We're little guys, right? We might make a couple $1 million a year at best, but you are overthinking the name. And the reason why I'm even bringing this to highlight, think about the name of the little guys. OfferPad, Opendoor, like Zillow, it's irrelevant. Like, think about the name of, in fact, this, Apple. Like, don't overthink this part. Name your entity whatever you want. Don't put this big branding behind it. I think this is one of the keys. I see people like getting ready to get ready. And the reality is, just start taking action. All right guys, if you are liking this, I want to make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on your notifications as I talk all things business, real estate, and entrepreneurship. This is specific for you real estate investors. Now, where can you find if your name is available? Let's start there. Well, the first place, and it can be different in different cities, but you want to look at the Secretary of State's website or the Corporation Commission. To my knowledge, those are typically the two areas that you are going to find your entities. So typically when you go to their website, you can actually go in, they'll do like an entity search. Very simple, you just simply search, and if it's available, then you can absolutely take that as your entity name. Do not overthink it, okay? The only piece of advice I would give you here is I would not put my name or my family's name or my last name into the actual entity name. I would really just make it an investment company, a holding company, a wealth building company. You can name it whatever you want, but I typically wouldn't put any personal name within the title. So now that we talked about finding the name and where you want to go, Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission, now let's talk about potentially what structure of business do you want. Now this is really where you need to talk to your accountant, because at the end of the day, the structure, meaning LLC or S corporation or limited partnership or partnership or sole proprietor, C corporation, those are all essentially ways that the IRS will tax you, right? And so that's really what it is about, is your tax liability depending upon the structure. So what I have done, and I'm gonna give you guys what my accountant has asked me to set up all of my entities with, which is LLC first. So I get a limited liability corporation, right? And I own the LLC through an S corporation, who is the managing member and owner of the LLC. And then I own the S corporation. That is how my accountant asked me to set up all of my entities, and that is how I would suggest anyone to do so. Now again, I really want everyone to go speak with their accountant, verify this is the accurate information for you and how you're gonna run your business model. If you are someone who's going to be buying a bunch of rentals, I essentially would also create LLCs for packages of rentals, right? I have a separate LLC that I'm buying my rentals in. And then when I buy a certain amount, call it 5 to 10, then I'll create another LLC to continue buying rentals in. And then I'll be able to put those rentals into a trust. Now, I'm not going into that right now, but I want you guys to understand the LLC owned and operated by an S corporation, which is the managing member, and then that is owned and operated by me personally, ultimately is built and structured in a way to help me save on taxes. That is why. Now, a lot of people go down this path, well, yeah, but it's protection for you too. You know, they're never gonna be able to find you since it's owned and operated by an S corporation, etc. And you have less liability if you were to ever get sued. While that is very true, it is shielding you from and protecting you from lawsuits. Ultimately, the structure itself is much more, for me at least, much more for tax reasons than anything else. I save roughly about 14% in taxes structured like that. Again, that is specific to Arizona, and so I'd ask you to ask your accountant about that. Again, LLC, owned and operated and managed by an S Corp, and you own and operate the S Corp. You can find the entity name on the Secretary of State or Corporation Commission, and once you do that, you can go apply online. Honestly, the COVID scenario really made all of this very, very simple to do right there online. For those of you in Arizona, like myself, the Corporation Commission just offers you a quick application and you fill out the information and submit it. And it costs, there is a fee to start an LLC. You submit payment and you can be up and operational within less than 14 days. The most recent LLC was like roughly about 10 days. We were up and operational. And so it's very, very simple. Don't overthink this. Again, this is all about taking massive action, get started, get going. Name is irrelevant. I want you guys to get an LLC, S corporation managed by you. Now again, this is how I've set mine up based around my accountant's information. Check with your accountant. Now, when it comes to business cards and websites, while I know it feels like you want to be an official business, I want you guys to all slow down and not worry about that part. Again, this is going to be a relationship business. And so while yes, handing someone a business card can be good, ultimately, if you're in front of them, here's my business card. I actually exchange phone numbers and I exchange content right there. I'm not worried about passing out a card because what do you do with business cards? Do the same thing I do. I throw them away. That's what happens. So I'm not the person that is gonna worry about my business cards. If I'm gonna exchange information, I'm gonna do it right then and right there, and I'm gonna say, hey, why don't I shoot you a text message real quick, we can exchange numbers, and then we'll be in contact here shortly. That's how I would exchange that. So don't worry about your business card. In terms of your logo, you know how easy it is to go on Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, find someone to design a quick logo for you at the cheap, like 20 bucks. It's super easy. Again, don't overthink your logo. Something with a house design on it is totally fine. You will probably get someone to design one for you for less than $20. Fiverr.com is the resource I would use there. And lastly, websites. While I appreciate people that feel like they need to have the website as a staple to their business, I'm not overly worried about having a website. However, if you do need a website, I would encourage you to go use 𝐷𝒓𝒐𝒏. 𝐷𝒓𝒏, it has about 4 websites for me. By the way, I essentially don't use them, although they do, and they're very inexpensive, and it gives you a very professional feel specific to being an investor. If you use the promo code TSOF, they will hook you up. So again, 𝐷𝒓𝒏, use the promo code TSOF, they'll hook you up. But I also don't want you to overthink that. I believe I spend about $97 a month on my websites over at 𝐷𝒓𝒏. They are the best. There should not be another place that you go. 𝐷𝒓𝒏 is the very best there. But again, I would tell you, this all becomes secondary to you actually going out and taking action based around all of my coaching and advisement that I've given you to go get a deal. Even if your first deal is in your personal name, that is totally fine. That just means you're gonna be paying more taxes than if you were set up in a different entity. But at the end of the day, wouldn't you rather pay $4,000 of taxes because you made $10,000 getting your first deal done? I sure would, right? So this is about you taking the action to go get your first deal first. Getting your LLC set up, getting your S Corp, that is all important. The business card and the website, that comes secondary or you know, way down the line in my humble opinion. I wouldn't worry about it as much. All right, so the focus here, go get your first deal, get your LLC set up, get your S Corp, make sure you are running. Don't worry about your cards, don't worry about your website as a moment in time. Although if you need the website, �investors.𝐻𝐒, it's a great spot. All right guys, so that is it. Listen, this is simple. I want you to take action. Make sure you're doing it the right way. Make sure you're talking to your accountant. If you're interested in having me hold your hand to not just get started, but also potentially scale your wholesaling and flipping business, simply go over to the scienceofflipping.com, fill out a very, very simple form, and then some of my top advisors will talk to you, see if we would be a good fit for you and if you would be a good fit for me. And then if so, I'm happy to guide you through the process and give you the exact blueprint on how I'm doing 20 plus wholesale deals every single month in 6 different states and 8 different markets. Just go to the scienceofflipping.com, fill out a very simple form. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Peace.